new album, from the old album, some from the new EP?
It would be a combination of the first record and the second record, and maybe a cover or two.
Allora una combinazione del primo e del secondo album e forse una cover o due. On the new album, the new EP that's going to be out next month, the strange like choice of cover. C'è una strana scelta di canzoni del nuovo album, quello che uscirà. Can you explain me the reason of this strange choice? Because there's FKA tweaks that we don't know. I didn't know. David Byrne, Suicide. Conan Mocassin, Suicide, and Karen N, and David Bowie.
Yeah, well, I just wanted there to be a wide range of songs from different eras as well, and just to see how much I could make them sound my own, even though they're all very different kind of songs.
I read that when you were 10, you dreamed of being in David Bowie band.
Mm-hmm.
Is it true?
Yeah, we were called the Rock Spiders. It was me, my dad, my sister, and my best friend when I was like 10.
But if David Bowie would be in tour like next year, would you play guitar for him or?
Well, yeah, if you asked me. Yeah.
But what's this fascination with a male-female kind of artist? Is that the fascination you had, or?
In what sense? What do you mean?
I mean, like something that is androgynous that you can.
Yeah, I just like to play with it because I think it's much more fluid than society lets us believe. And I think it's a way of getting to a deeper level of expressing yourself.
I don't know if they will have obviously some other about you, because even we know that you are half Italian, but we don't really know so much about you. About your family, so would you like to tell us more about the father's side of your family, that it's Italian?
Yeah, my father is from Tuscany, and then my family moved to Rome, so I spent some time in Rome when I was a kid growing up, just going to visit my family, and I can't really speak it, unfortunately. My father never taught it to me, which I feel very annoyed about. I wish I could speak it. I can say like a few really random phrases, but that's it.
What do you think is your Italian heritage? Because we and British people are very different. So what do you feel like the Italian kind of part of your personality, of your?
Well, I think my Italian family are much more expressive than my English family. They're much more passionate, and I think this definitely comes out in my music, and just to be around that has definitely helped me be able to express myself when I'm making music.
And a lot of your songs, especially playing live in concert, has the kind of crescendo that we usually listen in classical music. Well, rock music is more like basic in a way. So you start from a whisper and then you just like scream. So what's the purpose of that kind of dynamic in your songs, especially playing live?
Well, I think dynamics are very important in music, and I find them very exciting, and so I like to try and make the most of them. And it's just more fun. If you're going to be really loud, you might as well go for something really tiny to then go to something, you know, really, really big.
And especially in One Breath, your second album, there's a lot of like tension, and in a way, I don't know if they agree with me, but sometimes it's creepy, and because you put it on and then there's you just can listen to it like a pop or a rock record. It's more. Do you feel the same? I mean, do you feel it's? Do you have the same like feedback from?
I know what you mean. Yeah, I think that I did want there to be a lot of tension, but I wanted there to be moments where it was released as well. And I think if it makes you feel uncomfortable sometimes, I think it means that it's working in a way, because I don't really want to make music that you just put on while you're like making your dinner or something. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just, I don't think my music is for that kind of thing.
And obviously we can hear you have a very soft voice, and so where's the other Anna Calvi that we see on stage, that we're gonna see on stage?
I don't know. I think it just kind of comes out when I have a guitar on and when I'm making music. It just brings out this kind of wilder, stronger part of me.
And have you ever tried to sing opera?
Only kind of in my room on my own. But I would really love to do that at some point, to try it, just to see, because I just think it's such a beautiful kind of art form, and I think my voice is quite suited to this kind of style.
But you will stay in Verona tomorrow. You're gonna leave.
Yeah, we're leaving tomorrow morning, I think.
Because we have an opera festival goes right from for all the summer, right till September. So
maybe I'll try and come back.
And well, this is a random question, so if you want to intervene or add something, you can. And I've noticed that on your record there's no bass guitar. Is it right?
There is some bass guitar, but I often use synth bass, just because I prefer the sound of it for a lot of things. I don't know why. I just find there's just been so many bands with that setup, with a guitar player, and a bass player, and a drummer, and I just like to try and do something slightly different.
So let's talk about the lineup of your band tonight at the Teatro Romano, because you have Daniel Maidenhood on drums.
It's Alex on drums, yeah.
Oops.
It's alright.
But Daniel played drums with you live.
He has done, yeah.
Okay. And Molly Arapas?
Mali, yeah.
Mali. On harmonium and percussion.
Mm-hmm.
You on guitar and also on keyboards.
Yeah. Yeah, go on.
So it's not a usual harmonium, percussion, drums and keyboards and guitar with no effects at all, or a little.
Well, I use reverb.
Reverb.
Yeah.
So it's not a usual setup for or not.
What do you mean, just for bands in general? Or for
Yeah.
me? Well, no, I mean it's not completely usual. I mean it's not crazy, but I mean I just like the sound of these instruments together. It's the idea is to try and create something almost orchestral, but using electric instruments. That's kind of my goal.
And in your concert, there's a lot of silence.
Mm-hmm.
And is it like trying to, I don't know, challenge people to really listen, or?
Yeah. Well, I find if you're lucky, the quieter you go, the quieter the audience is. and I have a very respectful audience who are willing to be silent with me, and so that's really exciting when you kind of have those moments.
Is there a moment when you discover that since already you start singing, can we say very late for professional singer-songwriters? Is there a moment when you really discover your voice, when you say, okay, this is the kind of the thing that I have?
It's a gradual thing. It didn't happen in one go, but just over time, from singing along to singers that I loved, like Scott Walker and David Bowie and Edith Piaf. Just gradually I found that I was discovering I had this strength in my voice that I didn't realise I had. But it took hours and hours and years of practice.
So let's hear what they have to ask, what they want to ask, if they want to ask.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions if I can. First of all, thank you so much for doing the meeting with us today.
You're very welcome.
I don't know if you remember us, we were at the Verona concert.
Yes, you're the one with the great English accent.
Okay, thanks. Yeah. Okay, so my question is, well, Blackout is my favorite song. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to ask, is there a story behind the song?
Yeah, well, I was basically in my house and we had a blackout. The lights went out, and I remember it felt almost like there was some kind of presence, in this place. And the idea that it's like when the lights go out, it's like everything stops. It's like time stands still, and there's something really wonderful about that, and almost not wanting it to end. And I just kind of wanted to develop that theme because it was quite a beautiful moment, and it seemed poetic somehow. And it's usually things like that that make you think about writing songs, these kind of moments that then suggest a story to write a song about.
Thank you.
Hi Anna, my name is Valentina. I just wanted to say that your music and your songs help me deal with my health problems. Thank you so much. You are my medicine.
Oh, very sweet.
And now a question. Is there any particular thing you saw before everything concert? You do before every concert?
Yeah, I mean, I warm up my voice and I warm up my hands to play guitar, and I guess I get ready in my outfit, and these things feel very important as a way of going from me in everyday life to be able to go on stage and do what I do. And it's a kind of a gradual thing, and then when I'm there, when I'm ready and I've warmed up my voice, then I'm ready to go out and do this. So I do that every show. You're welcome.
What did you start at first, playing guitar or singing? Because you do wonderful both.
Thank you. When it was guitar, when I was about 8 or 9, I heard Jimi Hendrix, and that was it. Then I was really obsessed with the guitar, and I didn't start singing until I was like 23 maybe, so I was quite late to sing.
Yeah, just out of curiosity, I read in some of the questions on Tumblr that you like to know the small things about a person. So this is my small thing question for you.
Okay.
We're kind of obsessed with Orphan Black, the series, and I wanted to know, is there any TV series that you follow, or have you ever seen Orphan Black as a TV series?
No, I haven't. What's that?
It's a sci-fi fiction.
Okay.
But it's about clones, so we wanted to know.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I watched. I was really into True Blood when it came out.
No way.
Yeah. But this last couple of seasons, it just kind of lost it really.
I agree. Okay.
But yeah, and I liked Mad Men, and yeah, I mean, I enjoy doing that. You know, when you can just sit and watch it for hours, and you don't have to. You know,
Yeah.
gives you an excuse to not do anything else.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Posso chiedervi di tradurci quello che avete detto?
Sì, scusa. Ho semplicemente chiesto se guarda una serie televisiva che si chiama Orphan Black, che è canadese, però forse non è molto conosciuta, e lei ha detto no. E poi le ho chiesto qual è la sua serie televisiva preferita e lei ha detto True Blood e poi pure Mad Men, pure le piace.
Grazie.
Prego.
Someone suggests me that the other artist, female artist that we just remember here on the spot, playing harmonium or using harmonium is Nico. And so is the choice of the harmonium came from listening to Nico solo records, or?
Actually, no. My friend had a harmonium, and I just was playing it in the studio, and I just thought it was a really beautiful sounding instrument, and it can sound very intimate, but it can also almost sound like a church organ and sound very grand. And so it was its ability to be both these things that interested me. I do really love the way that Nico uses it, but that wasn't kind of what made me think of it.
I guess you were asked a lot about the kind of female guitar connection, because we don't usually have, I don't know, kind of front and female with guitar. There are bands, obviously, but no solos, no artist solos. So, was it the choice of a guitar something that you feel like more a masculine side of it or a feminine side of it, or you don't buy a kind of?
I think the guitar is genderless. It's an instrument.
They asked for the translation, so ho chiesto se la scelta della chitarra è maschile o femminile, visto che noi non conosciamo tante artiste donne che suonano la chitarra elettrica, e lei ha detto che la chitarra non ha genere, non è né maschile né femminile.
I think that it's you as a person, which you project your gender onto the blank canvas of the guitar.
E che ognuno di chi sceglie lo strumento proietta come su una tela bianca il suo genere. So Neil Young is a very masculine guitar player.
Who is?
Neil Young is a very
Neil
masculine.
Do you think? I don't know.
Well, Angus Young is a very...
Yeah, there you go.
But PJ Harvey is a very masculine guitar player.
Yeah, she's pretty masculine. Yeah.
Perché Neil Young non saprebbe dire se proietta un'immagine maschile sulla chitarra, mentre PJ Harvey e Angus Young proiettano un'immagine molto maschile. Adesso vorrei chiedere, attraverso la musica noi abbiamo la possibilità di vedere un altro lato della sua personalità. Volevo sapere se anche lei ha cosa scopre quando si ascolta, se si ascolta. From music we have the chance of discovering another side of your personality. And is it the same for you? I mean, as music developed, one side that you didn't know you had, or?
I think when you make art, it allows you to be the most extreme sides of who you are.
E quando fai arte hai la possibilità di mostrare i lati più estremi di quello che sei?
The most angry, the most romantic, the most sexy, the most, you know, tragic, everything. And so in a way you are finding out more about yourself because you're going to your extremes.
E scopri, l'altra parte avete capito, scopri veramente quello che sei andando nelle parti estreme. Is it too personal for you talking about this or no? And così adesso vorrei chiedere come si trova lei è su un'etichetta indipendente, la Domino di Londra, che ha un sacco di artisti molto interessanti, e come si trova invece in un music business che diciamo, ha perso certe coordinate e non c'è più quel passaggio da indipendenti a major, o comunque è molto diverso magari da una decina d'anni fa. How do you feel being on a small, there is not so small label like Domino, and how do you feel in a music business that has changed the passage between indie to major, has lost this kind of passage from indie to major, and so do you feel at home with Domino? How do you feel?
I do feel at home with Domino. I think that they allow me to be the kind of artist that I want to be. They don't really get involved in the music side, and they're just, you know, supportive and let me do my music how I want to.
La sua etichetta le lascia fare la musica che vuole, non è coinvolta l'etichetta nella musica che fa lei. But how do you feel in this kind of music business that has like there's big names and then there's television and then there's like, I mean, for the majority of people there's no one else, it seems.
I don't know if I know what you mean.
I mean that now we don't have like the small artists that grow and goes to the wider public because television is everywhere and they decide which goes from small to big.
I guess, but also it's much more in the hands of the audience who people hear about, because it's not just about press, it's about, you know, what people are talking about online. So there's more of a possibility that you don't have to wait around for a label to decide that you're any good if you can get support through, you know, your fans. So I think, you know, in a way it's a positive time for musicians.
Secondo lei questo è un tempo buono, positivo per i musicisti, perché comunque non c'è più un'etichetta o qualcuno che decide chi deve avere successo, ma può avere lo stesso tipo. So you think you can have the same impact on people starting from a small label or starting from internet?
Oh, I think it's different. I think there's not that many really, really huge bands anymore. There's a lot of people doing really interesting work. But yeah, if you're talking about, you know, bands like Oasis size, you know, there's hardly any, really. But I don't think that's really what you should judge success on. I mean, I wouldn't want to be an Oasis.
Ha detto che comunque sì, non ci sono più grosse band appunto come gli Oasis, però non è su quel tipo di successo che basi il successo, e comunque lei non vorrebbe essere negli Oasis. You've been playing guitar for Oasis.
Yeah, I wouldn't really want to do that.
It seemed pretty basic for me. I'm watching
I
the
remember
guitar.
actually reading an interview with Noel Gallagher, and he said that girls couldn't play guitar. I was like, fuck you.
You mean girls? I don't know if I had it right.
Girls, yeah, he said girls couldn't play.
Girls can play guitar.
They can't. Girls can't play guitar, according to Noel Gallagher.
In un'intervista lei aveva letto un'intervista a una Gallagher che diceva che le ragazze non possono suonare la chitarra, e lei ha mandato a quel paese. Well, no, I think he meant girls he knew can play guitar.
Why are you standing up for him?
No, I'm not saying that. I said he only, maybe he only knew,
Maybe.
yeah, very few girls or... Una domanda.
Thank you. Hi Anna, I'm Elena, nice to meet you. You're talking about female guitarist, and I know that you like Annie Clark's music, St. Vincent music, and so my question is, do you think of a possible about a possible collaboration with her in a future, or not, or toward, what kind of collaboration you think for yourself in the future?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, we talked about doing something together, and we went through a phase of sending each other recordings of us playing really cheesy, bad guitar solos. Like, check this out, and then she would send an even more disgustingly horrible guitar solo. But that's kind of as far as our collaboration has gone. So maybe I could put them all together and make a really terrible guitar solo. But yeah, I would love to do something with her, you know, at some point. I think, you know, she's a very interesting artist and she's a friend. And in terms of someone else, I think Scott Walker is someone I'd really love to sing with. I think his voice is just amazing. And yeah, I think he would be the other person.
Okay. And in the past, I don't know, probably Jeff Buckley, but
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Jeff Buckley is definitely when I was first starting doing music when I was 16, 17, he was just like, my God, like I used to just listen to him all the time.
yeah,
So.
for me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Allora, Produzione Veloce ha chiesto una collaborazione con St. Vincent e le ha detto che per ora con St. Vincent si sono scambiati solo degli orribili assoli di chitarra e perciò ha detto che la loro collaborazione si ferma lì. Perché o pubblicano appunto questi assoli oppure non si fa niente. E invece con chi vorrebbe realmente collaborare Scott Walker e poi
Jeff Buckley. Un artista del passato.
Sì, è un artista del passato, Jeff Buckley. Well, we all fell in love with Jeff Buckley. I mean, man, female, girls, boys, I guess. No?
Yeah.
No. So, do you have any advice for the people who come to your show tonight? Like Arcade Fire say, wear masks and... So, what you're gonna? Is there any suggestion?
No, just enjoy yourself. That's it.
Dobbiamo solo divertirci and enjoy the music.
Yes.
Per me è tutto. Ah, c'è una domanda.
Anna, please, is there a song that you feel that you love of yours more than others? Could you tell us? So I know it's difficult to choose, but it's only a curiosity. Or if there is a moment that you have sung.
Yeah. Well, to play live, Love Won't Be Leaving is always a song that I enjoy very much because there's a lot of improvisation in that song, and so every time I play it, it can be different, and that's an exciting thing as a performer. So, yeah.
Andiamo... Ah, c'è un'altra.
Yeah. Hi, it's a very stupid one.
Okay.
I think that music is a huge form of communication, right? And so pop music, to do very good pop music is very, very difficult. And that's why I love your music, which is not pop, but it's very communicative and passionate, right? What are your thoughts on this kind of musicians, also classical musicians, maybe like Schoenberg or, sometimes Stravinsky, which are very cerebral and not really communicative? Is it still music for you, like Schoenberg, that kind of dodecaphonic thing there? is it still music? Because some people seem to appreciate only this kind of music, which is very much complicated and overly thought, whereas, I mean, music is this, is pop, is communication, is, you know, what are your thoughts about that, if you have any?
Yeah, well, I think you can be intelligent and emotional at the same time, like they don't have to be exclusive. So, I mean, I was thinking about, you know, like The Rite of Spring by Stravinsky is a very animalistic kind of emotional sounding piece to me. I mean, I guess it depends, everyone is different. Or with Schoenberg, Pierre Lunaire is very strange and beautiful and emotional, I think. But I know what you mean. I think if there's too much just thinking about the cerebral side and not enough just passion, it's losing something. But then you could say a band like Talking Heads is a cerebral band, but they're pop music and you know, people love it. And so, I don't know. I think it needs a bit of both. It needs some heart and some head. So I think, yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Non so se è tutto, però una sintesi è, parlava di musica dodecafonica e di quello che è cuore e mente, o comunque un livello di cerebralità nella musica. Se più è cerebrale allora è migliore, o se una musica come quella pop, anche se diceva che è molto difficile fare musica pop, e anche se la sua non è musica pop, diceva che comunque delle cose Stravinsky e anche Schoenberg, e faceva l'esempio per esempio di chi riesce a unire sia la testa che il cuore, e faceva l'esempio dei Talking Heads, e che diceva che comunque pop music per cui ci vuole un po' dell'uno e dell'altro. Io avevo finito tutto. Ah no, l'ultima cosa è I would really love to, well, I love your voice, but I would really love to listen to instrumental records by you, because I really like the coda in One Breath, like the 1 minute and a half. And so, did you arrange it? Did you wrote that score, or?
Yeah, I wrote it along with a string arranger, so it was a kind of a collaborative thing. But yeah, I really love writing instrumental music. There's something really pure about it, because you're not listening to any kind of story other than the story that's suggested by the music.
Perché secondo me piacerebbe ascoltare un disco strumentale suo, come la fine di la coda che c'è di One Breath, e le ha detto che anche a lei piace perché non sei obbligato ad ascoltare la storia che dicono le parole, ma ascolti la storia che dice la musica. Because music speaks for itself. Un'altra.
Posso fare una domanda? Una domanda banale che di solito non manca mai in un'intervista. Volevo sapere che cosa ne pensa in generale degli cantautori italiani, nello specifico se c'è qualcuno che le piace particolarmente.
Do you know any Italian singer-songwriters? And if you do, who is and what do you like? What do you like?
Well, I don't know that much Italian music, I have to say. I mean, obviously the opera, Italian opera, and I mean, I really love Mina's voice. And my dad introduced me to her when I was younger, and I just think it's very beautiful, the way that she sings. But yeah, I don't know too much about kind of current pop music of Italian.
Non conosce Mina, è quella che suo padre l'ha fatto conoscere, e a parte poi l'opera.
Quindi i nostri cantautori
non conosce. But I guess you know more about Italian opera than we know, I guess. I guess. Vabbè, dai, no. Allora, c'è qualche altra domanda? Sì.
Hi again, Anna.
Hi.
I know you're a vegetarian, and but you're half English and half Italian. So my question is, what is your favorite English comfort food and your favorite Italian comfort food?
Wow. Well, you know, English food is really bad. So, I don't know if I get comforted by any English food. But my favourite meal is definitely pasta. Yeah, I mean, that would be my comfort food as well as, you know, yeah. But I'm really bad at cooking, so I rely on someone else to cook the pasta for me.
Does your dad cook for you?
Yeah, he's really good actually. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
E chiesto, visto che è vegetariana, qual è, come si può tradurre il comfort food? Il cibo, sì, quello che quando sta male cosa mangia, comunque cosa le piace più mangiare, e le ha detto pasta, ma pasta with what?
Vegetables, tomato sauce.
Arrabbiata? No.
Yeah, I don't mind a bit of that.
Però non sa cucinare, e perciò si affida a chi sa cucinare, per esempio suo padre, che cucina per lei. So we talk about pasta, we talk about opera, so mandolin obviously, so we have the Titanic picture.
Can I
Oh,
do
no. But, questa è l'ultima perché...
Yeah. We talk about everything, but not about cinema. And so, what kind of movies do you like, or if you can be a movie? It's a strange question, but if you can be a movie, what kind of movie would you probably be?
Well, I really like Wong Kar-wai, who's he's a director from Hong Kong, and his films are very beautifully shot. So this is really important to me when I watch films, that they are just very beautiful, kind of aesthetically. And I guess that's the kind of movie that inspires me. And then obviously I also like films that I can just, you know, relax and not have to think. But in terms of aiding my creative process, I like Gus Van Sant and Wim Wenders and Wong Kar-wai, and yeah, I guess films where there's some kind of aspiring to some form of beauty in some way.
Allora, esteticamente le piace Wong Kar-wai, che gira in una maniera che a lei piace, perché quando va al cinema vuole vedere delle cose girate in maniera esteticamente bella. E poi ho citato Gus Van Sant, ho citato appunto ancora Wong Kar-wai e Wim Wenders, right? Wenders, come fonte di ispirazione. Well, Wong Kar-wai hired Norah Jones for a film, right?
Mm.
So if there's a chance to... I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't think I would be very good at that. Maybe I could just sing.
You will or you won't?
Well, I don't know if I could say no, but
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if I'd be any good at it.
Okay.
I might just sing in the background or something, rather than actually try and act. Yeah.
No, gli ho detto, visto che Wong Kar-wai aveva fatto recitare Norah Jones, se c'è qualche possibilità, le ho detto che non sa se saprebbe dire no, ma non sa se sarebbe in grado di recitare, potrebbe magari cantare mentre qualcun altro recita. Era l'ultimo, mi fanno segno che bisogna andare. I guess you have to go to the theater, because you got a show.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being here and for the conversation. E grazie a tutti voi per essere stati qua alla Feltrinelli. E appuntamento questa sera alle 21 al Teatro Romano